Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to create this beautiful blue eye look. It's super simple to do. I really only use 3 eyeshadows to get the whole eye look. It's super simple, so if you do decide to recreate it, make sure to tag me in your recreation. So let's get started. So my face has been cleansed, toned, moisturized, and I'm just letting that sit into my face right now. Once my skin has soaked up all of my moisturizer, I am going to be going in with the Kismet Vitamin C Primer. So since this is going to be a more colorful look, I'm going to go ahead and apply my tape to my eyes. This is just to make sure that I get a more precise line when I take my tape off. So now that that's been put on, I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes with the NYX eyeshadow base and just pat that all over my eyelid. I'm also going to be setting my eyeshadow base with the NYX Mineral Set It and Don't Fret It Matte Finishing Powder. So now that my eyes are all set and ready to go, I'm going to go in with my Warrior 3 palette by Juvia'S. I'm going to be mainly using that bottom row to get a really nice blue look. I'm going to start out by packing Gola onto my eyelid. Just patting to get the pigment onto my eyelid. I'm going to avoid my inner eye just because I want to keep that nice and bright for when I pop a shimmer onto it. So now that I've packed the color on, I'm grabbing a clean blending brush and blending out the corners. Now that that's nice and blended, I'm going to be taking my tape off. As I take it off, you can see it's a really nice crisp line. So now I'm going to be going in with the shimmery shade Congo and just putting that on my inner corner. I'm going to grab a really dense brush and spray some setting spray on it to make sure that the brush really catches in that shimmer. So now that I have a nice shimmery base, I'm going to go in with the shade Karama to sort of lighten it up, and I'm going to be concentrating it in the middle of my eyelid. To finish off the look, I'm going to be applying some liquid liner and false seeds. So I've just applied my lashes, and also if you want to know how I apply my lashes along with my tips and tricks, check out my last video where I do that. So now the eyes are kind of done. I still have to go in the bottom once I've done my face, but we're going to move on to the eyebrows and then the face. For my eyebrows, I'm going to be using my e.l.f. Lock-On Liner and Brow Cream in the shade Medium Brown as always. I love e.l.f. because they're such an affordable brand, but their quality is like superb. So I'm just doing really light strokes to fill my brows in. I'm going to kind of extend the tail because I feel like it can't end right here, especially with the liner out here. I'm gonna do really light strokes on the top as well. So now that I've filled it in, I'm going to brush them out with my spoolie again just to make my brows look a little bit softer. Okay, so now that this area is done, I'm gonna go ahead and go into my face. I'm going to be using the Almay Best Blend Ever foundation. It has a really cool applicator. It's like a sponge, but you squeeze it, so you can actually apply your makeup without a brush or a beauty blender. So I am gonna be going in with another blending brush just to really blend in, especially I have a small face, I guess, and I really have to get in the areas that I can't with the sponge. So this is coming off a little bit red on me. Hopefully I can correct that with my concealer. So now I'm going to be going in with my e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer in the shade. Can you stop sniffing? This is Lou, and he's not letting me film in peace because he misses me. Okay, I'm almost done. Anyway, like I was saying, I'm going to be using my e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer in the shade Medium Beige. This is a new bottle because I just finished the other one. This is a super good concealer. I have oily skin and this keeps me nice and matte. So right now I'm doing it on my under eyes. The only thing you have to be careful with about this concealer is that it can dry up really fast. So I just do one eye at a time or one area at a time, whatever area I'm doing. I just do that on its own first. Getting really close up to the wing so that I can just sharpen it but not conceal it. Also really important not to drag the brush, but to keep like bouncing it off of your skin. Just applies the product way better onto your skin. Since I put on so much concealer, I feel like the foundation looks a little bit less red. I'm brighter in the areas that I need to be brighter in. So yeah, it's looking good. And now I'm just taking kind of the residue on my brush and doing that in the middle of my eyebrows and just bringing it up to my forehead. I really don't want like distinct brightness up here, but just to kind of blend it all together. So now I feel like this color is matching me a lot better than it was before. I don't have that super red look like I did. So to set my under eyes and then start contouring and sculpting a little bit, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Contouring Palette Contour in the shade Caramel Toffee. So going in with the lighter shade, I'm going to go ahead and pack that under my eyes. I do it on my under eyes and then I like to bring it towards my nose just so that I can kind of snatch my nose a little bit, but I don't really go into full-on contouring my nose. Doing my forehead as well, because that's also a really big oil spot for me. My chin and of course my nose. So now I'm going to be going in with that darker shade and start sculpting my face. I'm going to give myself a nice bronzy look. I'm just putting it everywhere the sun would naturally hit me. I also apply a little bit of the darker tone to my nose. All bronzed up. So next is my favorite part. Onto blush, I'm going to be using the NYX Ombre Blush in the shade Codebreaker. I'm not going to be going too crazy with blush today like I usually do because we do have blue on the eyes. So I don't want the pink on my cheeks to be too intense. Next, we're moving on to highlighter. I'm going to be using the Shine of Bee Miami highlighter in the shade Beachy. It's a really nice kind of golden color, so it's gonna add to that sort of sun-kissed look that I'm going for. So the routine for me is cheekbones, forehead, nose, and chin. That's what I like to do. So now we're going to be going into finishing the eye. As I said, I want to apply some shadow to underneath my eye to kind of bring the look all together. So going back to the Warrior 3 palette and that same blue shade that I used in the beginning, I really want to keep it super close to the waterline just so that there's no fallout. So now that that's on, I'm going to finish up the eye look by applying some mascara to my bottom lashes. Before I do that, I'm going to be using the same highlighter that I used on my face to kind of add an inner corner shimmer. Now that that's done, like I said, I'm going to be moving on to mascara. I'm going to be using the They're Real Mascara by Benefit. So one last step for the eyes, I'm going to go in with an eyeliner from Max & More. There's not really a shade number to this. I actually got this in a pack. So sometimes I use them as lip liners, sometimes I use them as eyeliners. They're really just a nice little collection to have. I'm going to be applying that to my waterline. So now that that's finished, I would pretty much say everything is now done except for the lips. So I think today I'm going to go in with a matte lip just because I've been doing so many glossy lips. So I'm going to be using one of those eye pencils from that Max & More set that I just showed you to use as a lip liner. I'm also going to be using a Kylie liquid lipstick in the shade Dolce K. So the very last step is to set it all with my Milani setting spray. So this is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe and follow me on Instagram. I'll see you in next video. Bye!